mentioned you had a tough childhood. Tell me about it.
Oof. You're going to get me choked up now. I'm going to have to get my sunglasses out, you know. I don't do interviews without sunglasses because I'm such a softie.
Whatever it takes, Halen.
Okay. Well, my father was a bad alcoholic, like not like a guy that just drank. He was like a guy that would get a couple of drinks in him and he would beat people up. Not the kids, thank God he never did that to his children, and why, I don't know. But he would beat my mother up. He'd beat up the neighbors. Then the cops, somebody called the cops, and he'd beat the cops up. He was an ex-fighter, and he could knock people out. This was his big deal. He could knock a guy out with one punch, anybody. There were times we didn't have a place to live because my dad was an alcoholic, so we'd lose our house. We never owned a home, first of all. We always rented, but he couldn't pay the rent. He'd be in jail. My mom couldn't pay the rent. So we'd go camping. We'd live in a tent and stuff, and we'd take our friends. My mom would drive us to school, take our friends. Our friends would go, hey, man, can we come hang out with you guys, you know? So I didn't think we were having a hard time until I really started growing up and seeing what other friends had. And then I started realizing I was really poor, and I went through a down period where I didn't feel like, oh, man, I can't date that girl. Man, her dad would throw me out, you know, if he knew about my life. And so I kind of got down and out. And then I started playing music. And I got to tell you, yes, music.
At what age was that you first started playing music?
About 14, 15. I started getting into girls, you know, high school. Then I got a car. Once I got a car, I was done with school. You know, me and my buddies would ditch, and we had a band, and we'd go play, you know, and we'd go to the beach and you know, get girls and stuff, you know. So, but up till then, it was tough. Looking back, I can't believe I made it. And the thing that makes me so happy when I go around smiling all the time, why is Sammy so happy? Well, hell, the guy, you know, he did okay. He could have been like, whoo. But I really, looking back, and I think, you know, it's like we were really, really poor. You know, we were really half the time homeless. My dad, as bad as everything was, told me, son, you're going to be the champ of the world. You know, hey, champ. Everything was pat me on the back. You're going to be somebody. You're going to be somebody. And all my dad would say when he'd get drunk, we'd start saying, when we knew he was getting drunk, it was like, my mom, uh-oh, here we go. He'll be going, I could have been somebody. And
I could have been a champion.
I could have been champion of the world.
Tell me about I Can't Drive 55.
Well, Dan, it's the truth.
It's your best-known song. Would you say it's your best-known song?
Yeah. That song has earned more money from different types of licensing, you know, for TV commercials, for movies, for football games, for, I don't know, if it's NASCAR races, you know, Indy 500, than any song, including the Van Halen songs like Right Now. You know, Right Now is a very big licensed song. But I Can't Drive 55 is my #1 performing song in my whole career.
So question, what was your driving record before you did I Can't Drive 55?
My driving record was pitiful. I think I had like 43 tickets or something like that. Had my license taken away 3 times. My insurance for the kind of cars I had, and back then I didn't have as much as I got now, but I had some pretty nice cars, was like $120-some thousand a year. And it was getting rough. Like, you know, if I, like, one more ticket and you're going to lose everything. You're not going to be able to drive. They're going to take your license away for good. And you know, and so when I wrote that song, it changed everything. It's people don't realize that I gotta be careful saying this, you know. I've only had 2 tickets since 1984, and nothing's changed in the way I drive. I get pulled over all the time, and
you get pulled over all the time, and because you're who you are, cop says, "I'll let you go."
Yeah, I feel kind of guilty saying that, but sorry, it's true.
It's true.
You know, the craftsmanship, the handwork, this is all handmade, and it just...
Sammy told me that in order to get on the list for one of these incredible machines, you have to purchase 3 Ferraris a year for 3 years. I bet your car payments are very high. That's about $3 million. And even then, you aren't guaranteed one. So when Sammy offered to take me for a spin, I knew this was one opportunity I couldn't pass up.
Now, Dan, here's the best way to get in. Here, watch this. You just sit right here, kind of, you know.
Right.
And then you slide your butt in, And they got, and there's a handle right here.
I got it.
There you go. And then just swing in
Swing
and
around.
swing your feet around the best you can. Look at us. Me and Uncle Dan are going to go for a little ride.
It's like being in the cockpit of some space shuttle.
It really is a space shuttle. And there's no trunk, nothing. Look at it. Here's the glove compartment. Look at this. It's got enough room for...
For a Kleenex.
For the registration. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
I can see why you fall in love with it.
It's just a piece of art, you know, and functional art. Drive the damn thing.
Did you ever race cars?
I did a couple of times. I ain't got the guts for that, man. These cars are so over, you know, they're so overqualified. I'm so underqualified to drive the damn car, you know. I could get on a racetrack in this car that could probably beat anything on the street, and some guy could get in that little car over there and beat my ass because I'm chicken.
Well, I'll tell you something, confidentially. I don't feel qualified to even ride in it.
I told you, it's like bungee jumping. Being in that seat is like saying, no, it's like, what do you call those guys that dive out of airplanes with somebody on their back? Yeah. You're the guy on the guy's back. Oh, shit.
No, it's a beautiful car. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful.
It's very special. It's got a electric motor in it for the front wheels, and when it stops, once it's warmed up, the engine goes off, and you think, hey, the damn thing's stalling. It's not stalling.
Now, how many horsepower are you saying?
1,000.
1,000 horsepower?
1,000 horsepower. It's the latest and the greatest. I'm just barely touching this gas pedal.
This is the top of the line, called La Ferrari, or the Ferrari. Top speed is over 200 miles per hour. It's got such a magic feel to it. I've never been in a Ferrari anywhere near this level.
Yeah, this is something else. Well, this is there is no Ferrari on this level. This is it. This is the highest.
It's a level of its own.
This is what they call their Lewis supercar. It's got every bit of technology that Ferrari has in all their F1. It's in this car. It does things with the brakes that would blow your mind. I just barely.
Wow.
It just keeps doing that.
And how many gallons to the mile?
I don't think any. I don't think you get any. Oh, no, any gallons in a mile. Yeah, exactly. You like that? The brakes are so good, it probably scares you half to death thinking this something ain't gonna stop.
The first time it did, but now I realize the brakes are so good on it.
I haven't even pushed on them yet. Look at these guys. There's all these young kids in the neighborhood. They're going.
You know, for me, it's like a carnival ride.
That's exactly what it is. How about this shit? Huh? Now watch, the police come down.
Wow.
Why, if the police came, they'd be going, oh, hell, it's Sammy, no wonder. We heard something was going on. What the hell? There we go. I made it without scrape. Ooh, with a tiny scrape.
You don't get out of this car just as much as you unfold.
There you go, Dan. Let me help you out. There we go, like this. There's my brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.